between his club, John Locke's of Callan, and Thomastown.
Final, John Locke versus Thomastown. First of all, we have the John Locke team displaying as selected on your programme. In goals is James Quigley, right cornerback number 2 is Jack Lynch, fullback number 3 is Sean Hogan, who's the captain of the John Locke team, and on the left number 4 is John Bergen. On the half-back line for John Locke, on the right number 5 is Adrian O'Sullivan, centre-back number 6 is Jim Lynch, and on the left number 7 is Michael Lynch. In the field for John Locke, number 8 is John Power, and number 9 is Tony Coffey. On the half-forward line, on the right number 10 is David Lynch, centre forward number 11 is Philip Comerford, and on the left number 12 is Donald Marr. At full forward line for John Locke, on the right number 13 is Jim Howard, full forward number 14 is Declan Roach, and on the left number 15 is Stuart Donovan. Now we have the Thomastown team. In goals is John Brennan, right cornerback number 2 is Michael O'Keefe, fullback number 3 is Damien Welsh, and on the left number 4 is Melvin Holden. On the half-back line for Thomastown, on the right number 5 is John Lanigan, centre-back number 6 is Michael Donnelly, and on the left number 7 is Declan Lanning. At in the field, wearing number 17 is John Galway, that's A another, is number 17 John Galway on the Thomastown team, and number 9 is Billy O'Keefe. On the half-forward line for Thomastown, number 10 is John Donnelly, centre-forward number 11 is Paul Tracy, and on the left number 12 is Tom O'Keefe. On the full forward and on the right number 13 is Barry Doyle, full forward number 14 is Cathal Fitzgerald, and on the left number 15 is Noel Holden. Our referee for today's game is Pat Hayes from Great Valley Callan Club. On behalf of Vale Isle, who are the sponsors of the Intermediate Championship, I'd like to welcome Michael and Olive Hayes, Vale Isle, and also Jack Dewan, who is the director of Vale Isle, here to Nolan Park today. You're very welcome.
Well, the John Locke's panel, the full panel, lining up to have their photograph taken before this 1993 Vale Isle Intermediate Hurling Final. John Locke's, who came back against all the odds to defeat O'Loughlin's in the semi-final, quietly fancying their chances in this final against Thomastown here today. It's dark and it's overcast, but it's a still day, it's dry, conditions are perfect. Thomastown out on the pitch as the Callan team now, the starting 15, line up to face the cameras. James Quigley, the goalkeeper. Lots of players urging each other on as they break away. Thomastown did leave a vacancy at centre field. John Galway slightly doubtful, but John Galway is taking his place and will be wearing number 17, playing at midfield for Thomastown.
58 years ago, here in Nolan Park, John Locke played in an intermediate hurling final and defeated St. Kieran from Johnstown. And today here in Nolan Park, we have two surviving members of that team. I'd like to ask you to give a huge big round of applause to Ned Leahy and Mixie Connell, who are here today as guests of the John Locke Club. And we also have the secretary of the club from that time, Jack Gardner, and he is also very welcome here back to Nolan Park again today as a great supporter of the John Locke team.
So then the Thomastown team line up for their photograph. Thomastown trained this year by Noel Skeen, defeating the favourites, I think, Moonkyne in the semi-final. Many people fancy that Moonkyne might win this intermediate championship this year, but Thomastown playing very well in the semi-final and defeating a fancied Moonkyne team. As number 17 there, walking away, is John Galway. As I said, a slight doubt about him during the week. They left a vacancy at midfield, but John fit to take his place. Referee out in the middle of the field there is Pat Hayes, or better known as Ben Hayes, from the Greg Ballycallan club. Ben also refereed last year's intermediate final. Noah Skeen, the trainer, moving across the pitch there. His work is done with the Thomastown team. It's now up to the 15 players plus those on the panel to do the business for him today. Jermar and Alan Hine are his fellow selectors. Barry Henriques, trainer of the John Knox team. Certainly both Noel and Barry will certainly be heard on the sideline, I think, today. Men who don't usually keep quiet, and when they have something to say, the person who they intend to hear it certainly do hear it. So can Barry do it for Callan today? As good as a 16th man, I suppose, to Callan there today. There's Sean Hogan, the captain, and John Brennan, the goalkeeper for Thomastown, is their captain. Slight breeze blowing from the right-hand corner of the right-hand side. Up goes the coin. Callan have won the toss, as John Power out there, number 8, plays around with the slitter. I suppose John is the man that Callan are looking to from his centre field position to sway it for John Locks, and John Power on his game today, well, could be a big advantage to the Callan team. So then it's Thomastown to play from right to left. Whatever breeze is blowing will favour them in the first half. Before the start of the game, there will be a minute's silence.
For the late Margaret Mulrooney, who died during the week. Margaret was actually mother of Pat Mulrooney, secretary of the football board, and she was buried in the last couple of days. So before the game, we'll have a minute's silence.
Tom O'Keefe, right half forward. John Donnelly, left half forward on the Thomastown team. That switched before the match started. Callan players remaining as they are. John Galway, number 17. Billy O'Keefe, number 9. John Power, number 8 for Callan. And Kevin Coffey at number 9. Ben Hayes about to start the intermediate final. And Callan on the attack. The ball going in, but knocked out there. Well, it's not knocked out, it breaks in to Stuart Donovan. His shot has just gone to the right and gone wide. Near the attack there, not cut out by the Thomastown backs. Stuart Donovan shot just going outside the post and wide. John Brennan, the Thomastown captain. Slight breeze favouring him, but very, very slight. Billy O'Keefe trying to work away loose from John Power, but the ball didn't come to him. Knocked down by Jim Lynch. Tom O'Keefe. John Lanigan. John Lanigan for Thomastown, knocking the ball in. John Berrigan. Tom Lanigan. Jack Lynch pulling there, but the ball bouncing off his own man. This is Noel Holden across in front of the post. An early chance here. Shot there by Cathal Fitzgerald out off of John Power, I think it was it? It's a 65. Thomastown starting lively. Cathal Fitzgerald getting that shot, but John Power blocking it down. 65 for Thomastown. Noel Tracy going out to take it. So one chance at either end, and this 65 for Thomastown. Just coming up to 2 minutes gone. Paul Tracy's shot goes in and goes over the bar. First score of the game. Paul Tracy with that point from a 65. James Quigley for John Locks of Callan. John Power is underneath it, knocked away by Billy O'Keefe. John Donnelly. Cathal Fitzgerald coming out to meet it. John Berrigan lets it over his head. Fitzgerald bringing Sean Hogan, the Callan full back, a long way out. Here's Paul Tracy again. Awkward angle, sends the ball in. Gone over. Well, the umpires have disagreed. One was going for the flag, the other said wide. The referee has to go in. The umpire says it's gone wide. James Quigley again, pucking out, going to the far side this time. Taken down by John Lanigan once again for Thomastown. Knocked out by Jim Lynch. Donald Marr. This is Stuart Donovan. He's chased by Michael O'Keefe. Still Stuart Donovan walking into the middle. Shot from Donovan. Gone to the right once again. His second wide of the game, and Callan's second as well. Well, the scoreboard says 2 points, but I think that's wrong. It's only 1 point to no score. That last point didn't count. So we'll have to watch that scoreboard. Just 1 point to Thomastown, no score to Callan. John Brennan's puck. John Galway pulling in there. Ball going over the sideline. Sideline ball is for Callan. Michael Lynch to take it. That's his own 45-metre line behind him. Along the ground. Knocked out by Billy O'Keefe. Over the sideline. Sideline ball once again to Callan. And Michael Lynch with a second chance to get this sideline ball up the field. About a yard further up the field than the last one was. Goes further but still along the ground. Jack Lynch, or Jim Lynch it was. Adrian O'Sullivan. Stuart Donovan very lively in the early stages. Gets away from Michael O'Keefe. This is his third chance. Takes the pass himself. Stuart Donovan's shot goes in inside. Oh, that great chance there for Callan, but the ball beaten away by Declan Lannon. Callan still coming on the attack. His shot goes in there from the full forward, in fact. Declan Roach gone to the left and gone wide. But a great chance there as Jim Power found himself in front of the goal, but the ball just wouldn't come up for him, and the Thomastown backs were able to clear. 1 point for Thomastown. The scoreboard has been corrected now. No score for John Locks of Callan. 5.5 minutes gone in the first half. Well knocked down there by Kevin Coffey. John Lanigan gets the ball away. John Donnelly sends that ball in. Gone to the left and gone wide. It wasn't John Donnelly, in fact it was John Galway. Took a knock there as he hit that shot, but the ball went to the left and went wide. Puck out, knocked down. Michael Donnelly for Thomastown. Cathal Fitzgerald comes out to meet it with Sean Hogan. Fitzgerald has that ball. A shot from Fitzgerald, and this time it's over the bar. It was Paul Tracy who took that knock actually after hitting that ball in. A couple of players wearing white helmets. And Paul Tracy back on his feet at centre half forward. Cathal Fitzgerald, the full forward, the score of that point. 2 points for Thomastown, no score for Callan. Once again, John Lanigan knocking that ball down. Tom O'Keefe, Cathal Fitzgerald playing very well, coming out to meet that ball, dropping it in and dropping it over the bar. His second point of the game, the third for Thomastown. And after 7 minutes of play, it's Thomastown 3 points, John Knox of Callan, no score yet. Sean Hogan, the fullback, certainly has his hands full with Fitzgerald, who's on the move all the time, even as this puck out has been taken. He's still running around. Quigley's puck out goes down. Mick Donnelly across to the far side. John Lanigan dropping it into Fitzgerald once again. Knocked away this time by Jim Lynch. This is his brother Mick Lynch, 4 Lynches on the team for Callan All Brothers. Adrian O'Sullivan. Declan Roche lets the ball run on. Knocked away by Declan Lannon. Billy O'Keefe. Long ball in. Goalkeeper watches that one, hopping in front of him. Oh, he's dropped that ball. A wild pull, but the referee is going to give the free out, I think. Well, the goalkeeper dropping that ball, but able to recover. And he will take the free himself. Jimmy Quigley. Shortish enough ball. John Power not in the game as of yet. Billy O'Keefe trying to nudge the ball forward. Beats him over the sideline. Sideline ball will be for Callan. Referee going to have a word, I think, with Billy O'Keefe. Calm down, Ben says. A slight pull back there, I think, on Adrian O'Sullivan as the ball was going over the line. Adrian to take the sideline ball himself. Good cut. Damien Welch in a spotted ball, but gets the ball away. Tom O'Keefe and Mick Lynch. Still Tom O'Keefe. Tom O'Keefe sends that ball in dangerously in front of the post. The goalkeeper does well. Good clearance. Adrian O'Sullivan gets there ahead of John Donnelly. Now Billy O'Keefe is after. Now John Power across to the far side. Donald Marr, he's beaten, comes to Mick Donnelly. John Donnelly on the end of this one. John Donnelly in a good position. That ball comes up, it does. Cathal Fitzgerald is loose outside. Instead he sends it in to Hogan. Here's John Donnelly. There's Paul Tracy. Paul Tracy is shot. just gone outside the post and wide. So still 3 points to no score. Almost 10 minutes gone in the first half, and I think Callan need to score sooner just to settle themselves down. John Power underneath this one with Billy O'Keefe. Phil Comerford gets that ball in, easily cut out by Melvin Holden. Over the sideline. Sideline ball for Callan. John Power going out to take it. It's a great cut dropping way in. Melvin Holden is there, the cornerback. Ball in front of the post and the ball is in the back of the net. And that's a great tonic score for Callan. Well, that ball went in and the backs failed to clear it. And was it Donald Marr, I think, that put it in the back of the net. He just pulled on it first time. I think it was Donald Marr who put it in the back of the net. So the sides are level. 1 goal for Callan, 3 points for Thomastown. Here's John Donnelly again. Sends that ball in and sends it over the bar. That's John's first score of the game, but he's very active in the first 10 minutes. 4 points to a goal. Thomastown go back in front again. Donald Marr comes to me, or Kevin Coffey it is. John Power now, give him space. John Power tripped as he was going through. He wins the free. And he's going to take the free himself. Or is, no, he's not. Declan Roach, the full forward, coming out to take it. This now to level the game once again. 12 minutes gone in the first half. Declan Roach strikes it. Gone over the bar. Very good score from Declan Roach. So the sides level once again then. John Locke's 1-1. Thomastown 4 points. Just over 12 minutes gone in the first half. John Brennan then to puck out. John Power underneath this one with Billy O'Keefe. Beats both of them. John Donnelly. Or Paul Tracy, in fact it was that time. Paul Tracy shot goes over the bar. So Thomastown go back in front once again. 5 points to 1-1. Jimmy Quigley pucking out. Mick Donnelly goes back to get the break of the ball. Doesn't come his way. Kevin Coffey for Callan. Blocked by Mick Donnelly. Beaten by John Power. Still John Power. A good position. Loses control of the ball. Boston in front of the post. Stuart Donovan can't get that ball up. Just won't come up for him. Still won't come up for him. And he's lost it. I think it's gone over the line. It has. But that ball just wouldn't come up on Stuart Donovan's hurl. Sideline ball for Thomastown to be taken by their number 7, Declan Lannon. Shortish enough one. Still Comerford. It's not, in fact it's David Lynch, number 10. David Lynch puts that ball lovely between the posts. And that's drawn the game again. Barry down in front of us here. Urging the Callan team on. Really excited, and the cigarettes are being smoked. Shortish puck to John Power. He lets it run on to John Donnelly. 1-2 to Callan, 5 points to Thomastown. Tom O'Keefe moving in there. John Bergen gets the second attempt. Mick Lynch is there. Kevin Coffey. Stuart Donovan. Michael O'Keefe is there with him. This is David Lynch once again, but he's over-carried the ball, says the referee, and Thomastown win the free out. John Brennan, the goalkeeper, coming out to take the free. 15 minutes gone in the first half. Sides level, 1-2 for Callan, 5 points for Thomastown. John Brennan's free, coming down this side. John Donnelly's underneath it. This is Jim Lynch. And pass it up. Well intercepted there by Billy O'Keefe. The pass was intended for John Power. Adrian O'Sullivan with the sideline ball. Good cut into the centre. Donald Marr comes to meet it. John Lanigan. John Galway had run on. Paul Tracy. The ball breaks back to Mick Donnelly. He's fouled, and Thomastown win the free. Paul Tracy is going to take it from exactly the middle of the field. That's the halfway line there, right where he's standing, where the game was started from. So from the centre of the field, in front of the post, Paul Tracy's shot goes to the right and goes wide. But after a very slow start, Callan have really come into it now, and that goal especially has set them up, and they're level on the scoreboard, 1-2 for them, 5 points for Thomastown. James Quigley, poke out. Declan Lennon leads it off to Mick Donnelly. The ball doesn't go over the sideline. Instead, Phil Comerford sends the ball in. Stuart Donovan is beaten. Melvin Holden is number 4. Jim Power is there. Ball knocked across in front of the post. John Brennan comes out. A shot from Donald Marr there didn't reach the goal. John Brennan clears the ball. Here come Callum once again with Kevin Coffey. John Power inside. Callum, the Thomastown man is Billy O'Keefe. He's doing a good job on John Power today. Very near his own end line. Shortish clearance. John Lanigan can't keep the ball in play, but Thomastown win the sideline ball. Well, Billy O'Keefe certainly chasing John Power everywhere he goes. Billy O'Keefe is right there with him. John Lanigan to take the sideline ball. John Donovan over there on the far side, just beside where he's going to take the sideline ball from. I'm sure he's giving some advice, some encouragement to the Thomastown players. Or to the Callan players, I should say. John won't forgive me for saying that about him being a Thomastown man. Billy O'Keefe in the action once again. Phil Comerford, Stuart Donovan, he's beaten by Mick O'Keefe. Very dull Nolan Park, very hard to pick up some of those Callan numbers. This is Jim Lynch. Well caught by Mick Donnelly. Half block down. Comes to John Power in the centre of the field. He sends it back in. John Brennan catches it, does well, and a good clearance. Adrian O'Sullivan. John Donnelly is there. Here's Philip Comerford. Comerford on the ground, wins the free. Free for Callan. Declan Roach coming out to take it, I think the full forward. Declan Lynch, in fact, to take this one. No, it's Declan Roach. I don't think he's... Perhaps he is playing full forward. Sends that ball in and sends it over the bar. And Declan looks to be playing out the field. That's what I was thinking. So 1-3 for Callan, 5 points for Thomastown. Declan Roach playing out around the middle of the field now. Centre half forward, I think he is. Here come Thomastown again. Sean Hogan gets it away to Mick Lynch. Stuart Donovan chased by Mick O'Keefe. O'Keefe has the ball, already had the ball, going back towards his own goal. Damien Welch, the full back, out there as well. Ball near the sideline, but Callan have it. The referee blows and gives the free into Callan. No, he does, yes, gives the free into Callan. And Declan Roach going out to take it once again. Well, I thought at one stage he was playing in the half forward line. He could be gone back in full forward again now. And then again it could be Jim Power who's full forward at the moment. Now very awkward angle on this one. "20 metres out, but just about 2 or 3 metres in from the far sideline. Strikes it well and strikes it over the bar. Great point there from Declan Roach. That's his 3rd point of the game. 1-4 for Callan, 5 points for Thomastown. 21 minutes gone in the first half. John Brennan's puck. Paul Tracy gets that nicely, sends the ball in. It's gone over the bar, yes. His 3rd point of the game, just a point between the teams now. James Quigley to puck out. John Power gets the break of the ball. Gets away from Melvin Holden. John Power's shot goes in. Declan Roach takes a shot. Oh, it's gone to the right and gone wide. That was Jim Power, I think, in fact. Yes, Jim Power is full forward and Declan Roach is centre half forward. Well, Melvin Holden is out on Declan Roach, so perhaps Declan Roach is corner forward, but playing as a 3rd midfielder. Here come Thomastown once again. Ball goes in, knocked out by John Bergen. 2 Thomastown players quickly in on him. Tom O'Keefe. Back to John Donnelly. The ball going towards the end line, out over the end line and wide. I think the referee is going to have a word with 1 or 2 players. He's blasting on the whistle there. Sean Hogan is the man being spoken to. Sean just protecting the ball and the goalkeeper as the ball went over the line. Here's Barry down in front of on the sideline again. Urging them on. Can't rest. Up and down the line. Noel Skeen very much stationary on the far side. Ball is broken down to Kevin Coffey. Phil Comerford trying to get that ball. Referee is going to give the free to Thomastown, I think. Michael Donnelly with the free, just inside his own half. Under 7 minutes left to half time. Ball dropping 20 metres out. Callan man fouled as he went for the ball. They win the free out. Goalkeeper Jim Quigley coming out to take it. No, he's not. Centre half back Jim Lynch is going to take it instead. Now the goalkeeper is going to take it. 15 metres out from his own post. So Comerford comes to meet it, but the ball breaks to Billy O'Keefe. Barry Dial off of his hurl over the sideline. Well, deflected away from him, in fact, by John Bergen, so Thomastown win the sideline ball. I thought it went off the Thomastown man. Liam Jubery, the sideline man on the far side, Podge Butler on this side. Billy O'Keefe with the sideline ball. A great cut from Billy O'Keefe, just gone outside the right hand post and wide. Jimmy Quigley. John Power underneath this one with Billy O'Keefe. Power gets the break. Still John Power, chased by John Donnelly. Hand passes across to Phil Comerford. Comerford going through. Looking for an angle, sends the ball over the bar. Great one there by John Power, and transferring the ball to Philip Comerford, who put it over the bar. 1-5 to 6 points. Callan ahead. A little under 5 minutes to go to half time. Billy O'Keefe under this puck out, grabs it nicely near the sideline. Paul Tracy and Jim Lynch. Tracy has it. He also was being held, and he wins the free just inside the Callan 65. Barry wants to know if the scoreboard is right. Indeed it is, Barry. 8 points to 6. Paul Tracy's shot goes to the right and goes wide. So Callan doing well.
Come on, Paul, get the head up.
Jimmy Quigley pucking out. Billy O'Keefe knocks it down. Paul Tracy can't stretch Tom O'Keefe. Cut out by Mick Lynch, his shot and turn off of John Galway. Barry Dial, beaten by John Berrigan. Comes to Tom O'Keefe. Tom O'Keefe drops that ball in dangerously. Goalkeeper watches it, drops it in the ball, it's in the net. Cathal Fitzgerald has put it in. The goalkeeper, I'm afraid, made his mistake. Everybody coming in on top of him, lost concentration, dropped the ball. Cathal Fitzgerald put it in the back of the net. But a great shot in, it was hanging in the air. A difficult ball all the time for the goalkeeper, and his nerve let him down, I think. So it's 1-6 to Thomastown, 1-5 to Callan. Thomastown a point in front once again. Donald Marr's shot goes in. Jim Power now at full forward. Here's Declan Lannon. Donald Marr once again cut out by Damien Welch. Tom O'Keefe grabbing that ball nicely. Being fouled as he tries to go through, wins the free for Thomastown. Barry is really on a high now at this stage. 2.5 minutes to half time. Paul Tracy to increase Thomastown's lead. Well, in fact, Liam Dewberry is not doing the line on the far side. He's been collecting on the gates. I see him going up here in front of me with a bag in his hand. That ball has gone over the bar once again from Paul Tracy. That's his 4th point of the game. (1-7 to 1-5). Thomastown ahead. 2 minutes to half time. Here's John Donnelly. Billy O'Keefe really having the better of the tussle so far with John Power. Billy O'Keefe wins the free in. That goal for Thomastown certainly has put the zip back into their game. Paul Tracy 50 metres out, or no, in fact 35 metres out I should say. Put this free in front of the post. He scored 4 already, and they're 2 ahead. And that one goes over the bar once again. This game chopping and changing all the time. So first this was Thomastown, then Callan came back strongly and took the lead. Now it's Thomastown 3 points ahead, 1-8 to 1-5. 1 minute to go to half time. Jimmy Quigley to puck out. Michael Donnelly is there, tussling with Philip Comerford. Comerford comes away with the ball. Gets his shot in. Jim Powers on the end of this one. Breaks it down. Power takes a shot and sends the ball over the bar. Or Declan Roach, in fact, it was. It was Declan Roach who picked up that ball and pushed it over the bar. So just 2 points between the teams now as we come up to the last few seconds of the first half. 20 seconds to go. 2 points between the teams, 1-8 to 1-6. Michael Lynch. That's Declan Lynch. Ball nicely cut out there by Michael O'Keefe. Drives it down. Noel Holden. Gets around Jack Lynch. Holden in an awkward angle. Adrian O'Sullivan in trouble. The ball breaks in front of the post. Tom O'Keefe hand passes it. The forwards are there. The ball is in front of the post. John Power pulls. John Donnelly pulls again. Noel Holden pulls and misses. Tom O'Keefe went very low. I don't think he made contact. Had he, there would have been a free. Noel Holden gets it into the centre. John Power cuts it out. In injury time in the first half. Kevin Coffey, his midfield partner, lifts the siege. Ball broken down by Jim Power. He got inside. Melvin Holden now playing right half back. Jim Power takes that shot. This is Michael O'Keefe. O'Keefe for Thomastown. Michael Lynch. No, Declan Lannon, I should say. Number 7. Callan trying to get that ball in. Thomastown succeeding in getting it out. Kevin Coffey on the end of that one. Coffey with a shot, and Coffey's shot goes over the bar. Great bout of pressure there from Callan. We have a minute and a quarter of injury time played. I think the referee may blow for half time. 1-8 to Thomastown, 1-7 to John Locks. Yes, the referee is calling for the ball. A minute and a half of injury time played. And at half time, in this intermediate hurling final for 1993, Thomastown 1 goal and 8 points. John Locks of Callan 1 goal and 7. A very interesting first half indeed. Teams back out. Ben Hayes about to recommence the game. 1-8 to Thomastown, 1-7 to John Locks of Callan. All to play for now as Thomastown with Billy O'Keefe go on the attack. Cathal Fitzgerald runs back. Sean Hogan is there first. Towards the sideline, John Power keeps it in play. Yes, he does well. Philly Comerford. No, it's not Philly Comerford. It's Declan Lynch. Drops that ball in front of the post. Jim Power pulls, and John Brennan makes a great save. A 65. Jim Power playing at full forward now. David Lynch top of the right. John Brennan doing well. Concede a 65. John Power to take the 65. John Donovan going up the line there. And John Power preparing to take the 65. This to level the game. Drops it in. Going left, is it? Yes, it's gone to the left and gone wide. Quick puck out by John Brennan. Billy O'Keefe in space. Just about gets the ball up in time. Neither John Power nor himself sticking closely to one another, walking into loose positions all the time. He's come right across the pitch at this stage and sends the ball straight over the sideline. Michael Lynch to take the sideline ball. Declan Roach centre half forward now. Well, he appears to be top of the right, I think, Declan Roach at the moment. He's on Melvin Holden. Here's John Power. Get that ball up nicely. Fouled as he was coming away with the ball. Brings the free up. John Power himself to take the free. John dropping this one, and John Brennan comes to meet it. Catches it well. Here's the far side, Billy O'Keefe once again loose. John Power comes to him. Deflects the ball slightly away from him. David Lynch is there. Here's John Donnelly. John Donnelly for Thomastown sends that ball across the face of the post. John Berrigan puts his hand up. And that ball goes over the bar. That's Tom O'Keefe. First score of the game for Tom O'Keefe puts Thomastown 2 points ahead. 1-9 to 1-7. 2 minutes gone in the second half. Yep. Jimmy Quigley pucking out. John Lanigan out over the sideline. Michael Lynch to take this again. Michael Lynch to take the sideline ball for John Locks. Kevin Coffey stops it slightly, comes to John Galway, to Billy O'Keefe. In the centre of the field, drives it back up to this corner. John Bergen comes out to meet it. Barry Dial is there. John Bergen comes out, hand passes it up. Kevin Coffey, beaten by John Galway. Ball over the sideline ball for Thomastown, I think. And John Lanigan to take it. John Donnelly leaving that ball behind him. John Power comes away. Jim Power comes out. Stuart Donovan. Stuart Donovan looks up, half shot, half blocked down. Caught up by Declan Nannon. Kicked away. Over the sideline ball for Callan. John Power going over to take it. Little under 60 metres out. 40 metres make that now. 40 metres out from the post. Great cut from Power, but tailing to the right and gone wide. John Brennan not in a great hurry to take the puck out. 1-9 to Thomastown, 1-7 to Callan. 4.5 minutes gone in the second half. Well caught by John Galway. Beaten by Kevin Coffey. Coffey doing well. Sideline ball for who? The linesman hasn't decided. He has. It's Callan's, I think. Kevin Coffey going to take it. 55 metres out. Good ball into the centre. Declan Roach leaves it behind him. Melvin Holden towards the sideline. Michael Lynch. Hand passes it to Kevin Coffey. Coffey drives it in. Forwards not inside. Jim Power goes in. John Brennan catches it coolly. Shortish enough clearance. Billy O'Keefe once again in space. Gets it up the field. Jim Lynch. Coffey back again. Down the swing. Stuart Donovan. Nice dummy. It's there Michael O'Keefe. Jim Powell is loose inside. Jim Powell has that ball. The goalkeeper has come out. It must be a penalty. The referee spreads his arms. Two Callan players on the ground. Jim Powell is up, but Stuart Donovan is injured here, further out. But Callan have a penalty. Referee calls for attention for Stuart Donovan. Lots of attention coming for him. So 2 points between the teams, 1-9 to Thomastown, 1-7 to Callan, and 6.5 minutes gone in the second half. So Stuart Donovan still on the ground being attended to. And even still more attention coming. Well, the Thomastown player John Lanigan being attended to as well, number 5. Seems to have picked up a slight injury. Looks like a hand or an arm injury. But Stuart Donovan beginning to get to his feet. Took a very heavy knock there, having passed that ball inside to Jim Power. And Stuart back on his feet. Now it's a penalty for Callan. Declan Roach is going to take it. There's 2 points between them, and Callan are 2 points behind. Here's Declan Roach. Sends it low and goals it! Melvin Holden, Jim Lynch, John Brennan beaten by a low ball by Declan Roach. A goal and 4 points for Declan Roach. 2-7 to 1-9. $13 points to 12. Callan go into a lead. We have 9 minutes gone, but we had a long stop there for Stuart Donovan when he was down injured, and John Brennan pucks out. Bit of Comerford there. Mick Donnelly pulls, but the ball doesn't go anywhere. Now Mick Donnelly has it. Out to Billy O'Keefe, overruns it. John Power trying to halt him. Paul Tracy beaten to the pull. Jim Lynch gets it away. David Lynch drives it in. Knocked out by Mick O'Keefe. Declan Lanning is beaten. Donald Marr sends that ball and sends it to the left and sends it wide. David Lynch, in fact, it was number 10. David Lynch. Thomastown player injured over on the far sideline. Referee just stopping play. Is it Billy O'Keefe, I think? I think it could be. This is indeed Billy O'Keefe, number 9. Ger Welch coming on, John Galway, number 17, going off. So Ger Welch coming on the Thomastown team. While Billy O'Keefe was receiving attention there, that change was made. Ger Welch is playing top of the right. Cahir Fitzgerald is still full forward. Billy O'Keefe has resumed his position and John Brennan pucks out. So 2-7 to 1, 9 Callan ahead. Kevin Coffey over the sideline ball for Thomastown. Donald Marr doing his best to keep that ball in play but failing. Adrian O'Sullivan with the sideline ball. No, we'll get it right, that's the Callan number 5. This is John Lanigan, the Thomastown number 5. Great cut from Lanigan. John Power robs that ball, robs it off of Tom O'Keefe, wins the free. Jim Lynch coming out to take the free. Jim Lynch drives it in, dropping on the edge of the square. They pull, the ball goes wide. John Brennan to puck out. Thomastown a pint behind. John Donnelly centre field now for Thomastown. The ball is dropping into John Donnelly, misses it. Jim Lynch is in there. John Donnelly on the end of this one. Nicely cut out by Adrian O'Sullivan, knocked out by Mick O'Keefe. Number 12 for Callan is Donald Marr. Inside, ball goes out over the end line and wide. So Billy O'Keefe and John Donnelly centre field now for Thomastown. John Galway gone off and Ger Welch in atop of the right. John Brennan, the goalkeeper, to puck out. John Donnelly underneath this one as well as it breaks down. Billy Comerford. Stuart Donovan ahead of Mick O'Keefe. Hops off Mick Donnelly. Here's Stuart Donovan once again. Ball near the sideline, out over the sideline. Should be a cannon ball. No, the linesman is giving it to Thomastown. Perhaps it could have gone the other way. John Lanigan to take this. A shortish one. Off the cannon player this time, definitely. Donald Marr, number 12. John Lanigan on his own 45-metre line. Better one this time. Jim Lynch knocks it down. Kevin Coffey walks away from two players. Hand passes inside. Donald Marr takes a shot and Donald Marr has sent the ball between the posts. He scored a goal in the first half. The first score that Callan got, he's put that one over the bar to make it 2-8 for Callan, 1-9 for Thomastown. And 14 and a half minutes gone in the second half, but certainly a lot of injury time to be played. Puck out, drops down to John Power. Down the middle, Jamie Welch lets it run on, pull by Jim Power on the Thomastown man. Thomastown win the free. John Brennan coming out to take it. 15 minutes plus whatever injury time, and there will be quite a bit to go. So 40 metres out from his own goal, John Brennan with this free. He's the Thomastown captain. John Donnelly is beaten by Kevin Coffey. Billy O'Keefe. Hand passed it out. Intercepted by Barry Dial. He's heavily tackled. He's on the ground. Thomastown with the free in. Noel Skeen coming in on the far side to see how his player is. Will he make a switch or two maybe as he comes in? Talking to Michael Donnelly there as he goes along. Up to see how Barry Dial is. Telling the players to go back and help each other out when they're in trouble. Shouting across to Tom O'Keefe. And Paul Tracy is the man he's really gone in to have a word with there. Shouting down to John Donnelly instructions as well. The Bennisbridge man helping out Thomastown. Now Paul Tracy with this free, his team 2 points behind. He's put 5 of them over already. And he reduces the lead to 1 point now with that point. So just a point between them, but Callan ahead. Coming up to 17 minutes gone in the second half. Out. Callan come on the attack once again. Here's Declan Roach. Declan Roach from an awkward angle sends that ball to the right and sends it wide. Good pass there by David Lynch, but Declan forced out towards the sideline all the time. John Brennan to puck out. Jim Lynch knocks it down. Kevin Coffey. Donald Marr. Here's Philly Comerford. Philly Comerford on a run for Callan. Can't control the ball. Damien Welch stops that attack. Cathal Fitzgerald comes out. Sean Hogan is with him. Jimmy Quigley watches that. Oh, the ball has gone into the back of the net. Oh, that long shot went in and Jimmy Quigley makes a very bad effort as he watched the ball. He's thinking going outside the post, but it ended up in the back of the net. Mick Donnelly clears it back up again. 2-10 to 2-8. Well, certainly 2 gift goals there for Thomastown in the game today. Here come Thomastown again with Fitzgerald. Callan break it up. Ball over the sideline, far side of the field. Sideline ball for Thomastown. Barry Dial's shot it was that came in that time, and the ball ending up in the back of the net. Jimmy Quigley appeared to be policing it outside the post, but suddenly the net was shaking, so Barry Dial shot ending up in the net. Sideline ball to be taken by Billy O'Keefe. Here's Kevin Coffey. This is Melvin Holden playing way up the field. Kevin Coffey breaks it up once again. Callan have got to come again and look for another score. Cathal Fitzgerald playing way out the field. Drives that ball in and sends it. The goalkeeper blocks it well. Clears it back out for Callan. Comes to John Power. Gets round Billy O'Keefe. Callan needs John Power more than ever now at this stage. Still John Power. A great run from Power. Has the ball still, has no hold off, overplayed the ball and concedes the free to Thomastown. Well, perhaps John just taking a little bit too much out of the ball at that stage. He had to hit it into the inside forwards, but a great run nonetheless. John Brennan wants to take the free. Declan Lanham was more than willing to take it, but the goalkeeper coming out. Jim Power number 13 has gone off, and Paddy Comerford number 16 gone in full far, gone in top of the right. And David Lynch will appear to be full forward. But here come Thomastown again. Callan break up that attack. Donald Marr. Ground appears to be getting a little bit slippy now as the mist descends. David Lynch at the full forward now. Paddy Comerford, here comes David Lynch. Lynch taken down, another penalty. Another penalty. High elbow there, says the referee to John Brennan.
taking the Callan player out of it, David Lynch, as he was going through, and it's another penalty. Melvin Holden, John Brennan, Mick Donnelly, the three on the goal. Once again, they were beaten the last time. 2-10 to Thomastown, 2-8 to Callan. 8.5 minutes plus injury time to go. Declan Roach once again. Can he be lucky the second time? Here he comes. And he found the net once again. And Callan go back into a lead of 1 point once again. Puck out already taken to John Donnelly. Paul Tracy in there. Out comes Sean Hogan. This is Declan Roach. Nobody in the corner. Stuart has to go back. Here's Paddy Comer for the sub. And pass it back to Stuart Donovan. On the sideline, 20 metres out, the ball going right. John Brennan must play it. Chased by David Lynch, ball gone wide. Billy O'Keefe loose, gets the puck out. Drives it up the field, getting very dull and misty here now as Tom O'Keefe has that ball. Tom O'Keefe going through. Still Tom O'Keefe, hand passes inside the Cathal Fitzgerald, hits the post, and it's a 65. Cathal Fitzgerald, acres of space inside the ball, I think hit the post and was pushed out for a 65. 7 minutes plus injury time left. 3-8 to Callan, 2-10 to Thomastown. Barry is in with more instructions. No, he's just coming across to this side. Paul Tracy with the 65. A point from this will level the game. Paul Tracy sends it in and sends it over the bar. (3-9 to Thomastown, 3-8 to Callan, 2-11 to Thomastown. Sides are level and about 6.25 minutes left. Billy O'Keefe picks up that puck out. He's been fouled, he wins the free for Thomastown. Michael Donnelly to take it. Drops it inside. Callan desperately trying to clear that ball. Jim Lynch to John Power. He loses his hold once again. And the ball. Paul Tracy shot half blocked down. Comes to Tom O'Keefe. Callan doing well to get the ball out. Hand passed across here to Billy O'Keefe. A shot and Billy O'Keefe has pulled it over the bar. That's his first score of the game, but what an important point. It puts Thomastown 1 point ahead, 2-12 to 3-8. Jimmy Quigley pucks out. Donald Marr trying to get the ball in. Melvin Holden coming away with John Donnelly, loses the ball. Donnelly once again. Jim Lynn, Mick Donnelly, he loses it. Kevin Coffey throws over the sideline ball for Thomastown. John Lanigan to take the sideline ball, 35 metres out from his own goal. Four and a half minutes plus injury time left. Great finish in Prospect. Game that has really seesawed the whole way through. Jim Lynch has beaten. John Berrigan comes out. He's chased by Ger Welch. Across to the far side. Melvin Holden. John Power chases, Holden does well. Back across to this side of the field, Kevin Coffey, lots of space. Kevin Coffey drives the ball in. Damien Welch blocks it down. Paddy Comerford, Philly Comerford, still has the ball. Trying to play it back, it's to Donald Marr. Back to Paddy Comerford, a shot and a point. Sides level once again. 3.5 minutes plus injury time left. John Brennan pucks out. Great excitement here in the park. Here's Donald Marr for Callan. David Lynch is playing it full forward now. Referee blows, he's going to throw the ball in. Billy Comerford beaten by Mick Donnelly. Comes to John Power. Oh, he lost the ball at the vital time. Billy O'Keefe. Well cut out there by Adrian O'Sullivan. Now he needs to get the ball upfield. Has a second chance. Gets the ball up. Broken down by David Lynch. David Lynch's shot. It's gone to the right. Is it? Yes, it's gone wide. Under severe pressure, David Lynch, as he took that shot. 3-9 to 2-12. 2.5 minutes plus injury time. John Brennan pucks out. Will we have a winner here today? Tom O'Keefe takes that ball down out of the air. He's chased by Michael Lynch. Still Tom O'Keefe, an awkward angle, the ball goes in. On the end of that one is Cathal Fitzgerald, it's gone wide. Well, the ball has finished up in the net, but the umpire had signalled wide from a long time back. There's 2 minutes of actual time. With injury time, we could have the best part of 5 minutes left in this game. The sides level, 3-9 to 2-12. Michael Donnelly, hand passes it up. John Donnelly. Well done by Kevin Coffey. Ball taken off the Callanman's hurl. Yes, I think the linesman is right. Referee is coming over. I think the linesman is right. I think that's the correct decision. Philly Comerford has discarded his helmet. He's flung the flag away. Barry is on the field. Now he's back off of it. I think all neutral supporters might like to see another day of this, but do the county board want another draw? Here's Philly Comerford once again. Philly Comerford takes a shot. The ball is going in and over the bar. Callan goal, 1 point ahead. Billy O'Keefe is loose. John Power is too late to get to him. Billy O'Keefe drives it across to the side of the field. Cut out by Philly Comerford. John Power. Billy O'Keefe in on top of him, the referee going to throw it in again. Half a minute of normal time plus injury time left. Power and O'Keefe once again. John Lanigan. Cathal Fitzgerald is beaten. Sean Horgan, the full-back. Over the sideline ball for Callan. Billy O'Keefe failing to keep it in play. John Power with the sideline ball. Into injury time we go. There could be 3 minutes of that. 3-10 to 2-12. Callan ahead. Shortish ball. Donald Marr blown up for over-carrying. Thomastown win the free. Michael Donnelly to take it. 40 seconds of injury time played. Kevin Coffey trying to cut the ball out. Paul Tracy loses his footing. Jim Lynch comes away with the ball. Hand passes it out to Michael Lynch, his brother. Shortish clearance enough. Up the field it comes, taken down by John Lanigan. He's fouled. He wins the free. Michael Donnelly with the free. There's a minute of injury time played. Drives it up and drops it in. Callan trying to get the ball out. And they do with John Power. Heavy tackle, he wins the free. Thomastown, many people's fancy here today. Are we going to see an upset? John Power wins the free. Jim Lynch will take it. There's a minute and a half of injury time played now. There could be another minute and a half. Stuart Donovan and Mick O'Keefe, the ball beats both of them. Damien Murch is beaten. Paddy Comerford comes to meet it. Knocked away by... And here's John Power. Mick Donnelly wins it, he doesn't. Now John Power to put 2 points between the teams. John Power is shot and John Power has put it over the bar. And that, believe it or not, is John Power's first score in this game. The referee blows the whistle. It's all over. And John Locks have won it 3-11 to 2 goals and 12 points for Thomastown. A great win for Callan when you consider that the 2 goals that Thomastown scored could certainly be called gifts given by the goalkeeper, but I'm sure all that will be forgotten now, and John Locks will once again contest the senior championship in Kilkenny. Barry is down on the sideline here, moving in on the pitch, and supporters hugging Barry as much as they're hugging the players. So the Hanrahan Cup will be presented to Sean Horgan, the captain of John Locks.
Thomastown in the minor B league final, and it's followed by the replay of the St. Andrew's Credit Union County final between Thomastown and Victoria. That's Sunday next year in Northern Park. We thank you for coming down to the matches here today. We hope you enjoyed yourself, and we wish you a very, very safe journey home. Thank you very much.
And so then, it's John Locks of Callan who are the 1993 Intermediate Hurling Champions. In a great game which seesawed from first one way and then the other, they overcame Thomastown after a very exciting game indeed. Thomastown, I suppose, fancied by many, but on the day, Callan certainly plugged away and came back on a number of occasions, and it is they who are intermediate champions and will contest the Senior Hurling Championship, while Thomastown have to wait and walk out of the intermediate grade for another year. Congratulations to both teams on an excellent game, and well done to Callan on winning the intermediate championship. While great excitement outside the Callan dressing room, Barry Henriques, trainer of the team. Barry, you must be really delighted.
I'm absolutely euphoric, Tommy. I thought it was a tremendous achievement, and it was a tremendous display of gut and determination. You know, I thought our lads hurled all the way. We had a very poor start, as is our form all the year through. But we're very much a second half team, and we will grind the opposition into the ground. And I think, although I would look for an opinion on that elsewhere, but that's the way I saw the game.
It was a funny old game. It seesawed one way and then the other way and back again, and you had to come back a couple of times to win the game.
Yes, we had. It certainly wouldn't do anything for anybody's heart condition if they had a heart condition. But that has been our form all the time. We tend to set ourselves an awful goal, and you know, we tend to drop behind, and we have to be coming and coming and coming. But that's our forte all the year through. From the very first to the very last match, even today, we come from behind, and we're a great finishing team. We would, what I would term now as a good long distance greyhound. We're not too fast out of traps, but we'll finish the race.
You've got to go into the senior championship now. No fears on that score, I presume?
I have no fears at all. Like, we're as good as a few of the teams up there, and we certainly will give a bit of time to consolidate in the senior. But I tell you, we've no chance of doing anything in the senior championship if we weren't in it. We're in it now. We have to address that situation when it arises, and God willing, next year, new approach, you would know what we do.
Barry, you are a hero of Callan up this, but you'll probably be nice, or maybe even become the patron saint of Callan after this.
No, I'll give second to Edmund Rice on that one, Tommy.
Congratulations once again, Barry. A terrific team performance.
Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I hope everybody that was watching it and will watch the video, I hope they enjoy it too.
Well done again, Barry. John Donovan, come over here and have a word, John. John Donovan, one of the greatest supporters that Callan ever had, a proud day for you.
I'm telling you, Tom, yeah, it was a very, I don't know, I'm caught for words now, really, you know, I just can't, don't know what.
For a great win.
It was great, actually. Down the year, you had lads like Bushy Coffey, John Power in the middle of the field, like giving it all, and a lot of the forwards were slow to score during the year, but thankfully it worked for them on the day today, and they shot over some lovely points.
It was a hard match to watch though, John, wasn't it?
Oh, it was, like, you know, because I mean, it's finals is always hard to watch, like when you're in that situation, like, you know, and I'm just overjoyed, like, you know, and I'm proud to be a Callaman tonight.
Well done, John. Thanks very much indeed.
Thanks, Tom. Thank you.
Now this is Jack Gardner. Jack, they tell me you're half Tipperary man, is that right?
I am. I was born and reared in it and played football for them.
And proud of it?
Proud of it, sure.
You must be very proud of that John Locke's team today.
I am. I'm joined the John Locke club for the last 60 years. And this is the best match they ever played.
They really had to win it a couple of times out there, hadn't they?
Well, I'll tell you, I was one of the selectors and vice president of the county team that won the championship in 57. And I'm still a member, president of the club at the present time. And I was proud of them today. They played very well and they worked from start to finish.
A great team win on the pitch and the people off the pitch as well, those who trained them and those who selected them, those who coached them.
I could agree with that. They had 3 good selectors or 4, and Barry Hickey did a good job on them. And they were very fit, as all could see in the last quarter. That's the time they did their hurling.
Well done, Jack. I'm glad you're so proud and I hope you'll enjoy this win.
I suppose I'm the oldest man here with them. Yeah.
Thanks very much indeed.
You're welcome.
Now before today, John Locke's had just won one intermediate championship, and that was all those years ago in 1935. And just 2 men from that team remain today, Neddy Lahey and Mixie Connell. Neddy, you must be very proud today to see the boys winning.
Yes, very proud. Delighted they won after all the years. Delighted that they won. Proud of them. They played great. They had a great finish. Great finish, Dad. Yeah. Very good. Very good.
It was a long wait, but well worth it.
A long way, but well done. You were well done. Well done, yes.
And Mixie, do you remember?
Centre half back, and I had a great game. I tell you the truth.
Those lads today were just as good as your team, I'm sure.
Every bit. I was delighted to see him coming back down the second half out the way they came back. Great.
As I said, it was a long time to wait for it, but you really proved themselves today.
Thanks to God.
Well, Mixie and Eddie, it's lovely to see you here, and I'm sure you'll enjoy the victory today. Thank you very much indeed.
Very much. Thank you.
My daughter of mine, Mrs. Butler, Mary Butler.
Now we have the captain of the John Locke's team, that's Sean Hogan, and his young son Richard, who's holding the Hanrahan Cup. Sean, a very proud day for you.
Thanks very much, yeah. Sure, it's great to lead. Lead this team. We have a great bunch of lads, like, you know, there's no team second to them in commitment, like, from training the whole start of the year. Like, everyone is there every night. Like, I think Barry Henriques mentioned it there at the start of the year. We had 75 training sessions alone. That's besides challenge matches or any championship matches. So, like, that shows you what's put into the game, like, from the start of the year.
And you certainly had to fight all the way for that victory today.
It was a tough game, yeah. But I think we always do it the hard way. We never make it easy on ourselves, you know. But we kept at it all the time. Like, even when Thomastown got ahead there, they got a couple of easy goals, like, you know, and fair play to them, they took them. But, like, we kept plugging away, and we knew the points would come, like, and Barry said to us going out there that, like, keep going till the final whistle, like, it's never over till it's over. And it just proved it, like, you know, we got a couple of chances in the end.
And even when they scored that second goal, a lot of people would have said, well, that's the end of Callan, but still you came back. You were finishing much stronger than Thomastown.
Yeah, that probably probably would have killed off a lot of teams, but definitely not Callan. Like, you know, we fight to the final whistle. Like, and even James like is taking responsibility for letting in that second goal. Like, but about 2 minutes after that, he brought off a magnificent save, like, which would have sealed it for Thomastown. But no, he stuck at it as well as everyone else. Like, and that was the save that won the game for us eventually. Like.
And a great team performance. Everybody played their part.
All over the field, like, you know, everyone put it in, like, and well, that's the way it is all year, like. Maybe it wouldn't go well for you, one person today and the other a different person the next day, but stay plugging ahead. We have a good panel of lads, young fellas, and they're all ready to come in, like, when they want to. When we want to.
And no fear now of taking on the Glenmores, the Jigspurs, and the Shamrocks.
No, we've saying all the time, like, we're as good as some of the senior teams, like, you know. And it just proved down through the years there, any team that went up, Tullaroan, Dixborough, and Mullinavat, they're well able to hold their own up senior. So we have no fears of anyone up senior. We'll have a go anyway.
Well, congratulations once again, Sean, to you and to all the team members and to all behind the scenes as well. A great day for Callan.
Thanks very much. Thank you.
So there you have it. Those are the happy scenes outside the John Locke's dressing rooms. Well, here's John Power, who had a great game at centre field. Were you happy with your performance, John?
Sure, any day that we win, you know, like, which or whether the performance is irrelevant from my point of view, you know. Has a hurling year like this powerful for me, like, and I love to see all the fellas going around me there today, and the likes of Bushy having a storm, or like, and give them all the credit that they deserve today, like, you know. No matter what way I played, it was irrelevant, like, you know. You just love to see the club men going well today, because they stuck with the team all year. I was on the county there, and you wouldn't be at challenge matches, and every single one of them got their reward today, you know, and that's what it's all about.
Now, you did a lot of good work. You just scored 1 point, but it was a very important time at the point at the time it came.
Yeah, well, sure, any point, I suppose, be it at the start or the finish, it's great to see it going over, you know. But Philly Comfort and Paddy Comfort got 2 great points there, and Dickie Roach got the goals, like, you know. And like, I didn't really mind who tossed them over as long as I saw them going over, you know. It's just great for the club, like, and all the Lynches, the 4 Lynches are there, and they're hurling for a good few years, you know, and that's the reward from, like, to get a few years up senior, like, and who knows, like, you see the Borough out there last Sunday, you know, and they only done the same as what we done today, like, and run up against the Shamrocks and Glenmore, like, you know, you're really, it's all about the club today, you know, like, as regards performances, my heart went out to Bushy Coffey there. We played the 3 matches coming up to it, you know, and things didn't go well for the both, you know. And it's just powerful to see him going well today, you know, on the final day, you know.
I think the longer the game went on, the better he got.
Oh yeah, he was flying it there from the start, you know. I told him even coming in he'd be man of the match today, and all week I was telling him he'd be man of the match, because he was so genuine, and he was disgusted with his performance the last 2 days in the quarter-final and the semi-final, and like, he was rewarded, like, you know, and that's the way it goes. If you're genuine about the thing, it will come your way eventually, like.
John, it's been some year for you, and I hope next year is even better.
Oh, hopefully anyway. No, this year was brilliant between the All-Ireland, like, and the club, you know, and that you couldn't ask for anything finer, you know, so as long as it continues that way for a few years, it'll be great.
Well done, John, congratulations.
Thanks very much. See you now.
Those are the happy scenes then outside the John Locke's dressing room. They win the intermediate championship in Kilkenny and will contest the senior hurling championship next year. Well done to John Locke's.
That's the angle he faces. He lifts it and strikes it perfectly. It's 3 points to 2.
Again, DJ carries a beautiful style of free taking, and you know, he's a deadly free taker, one of the best in the game, and I love watching his style because he's a beautiful player to watch in action and a vital player for Kilkenny. Running smartly, I thought he actually picked up the ball with the hurley under pressure there, and he did it so quickly, and the referee thought he must have picked it off the ground, but I don't think he did.
So DJ Carey with the free. And puts it straight over the crossbar, making it now 5 points to 4. opportunity, bursting his way forward. Oh, yes! Excellent play by DJ. It might have been quiet for 33 minutes, but just one little flash of inspiration and you can take it out.
Well, he's been kept quiet for so long. He's, you know, it just shows the class that this player has. He just strikes just before half-time. What a vital stage. He's under pressure here, moving into a bad angle as well. But a brilliant shot across from try, giving him no chance. Fantastic goal by DJ Carey.
Really, this guy is a white flag, green flag. Good point for Kilkenny.
Yeah, again, DJ Carey, he's deadly in the half chances, and in fairness, Brian Whelan has played him very well all day, but DJ Carey snaps up that chance. It's a beautiful striker and a lovely point there for Kilkenny. I think it's also significant out of Kilkenny.
By John Power. Kilkenny have the penalty. Carey usually hits these at a ferocious pace. And it's gone in. Kilkenny, the All-Ireland champions, are back in business. And the Northsiders know it. They've struggled.
There, and even for that situation where they got the penalty a while ago, brilliant hand pass inside to John Power. He's so quick to spot the openings.
Here's DJ. It's going straight and through and over the bar. It's 2 points to the good for Kilkenny. The All-Ireland champions have shown
that Morrissey was to get in the game. And then watch this for clinical finishing. Adrian Ronan supplies the pass, and DJ Carey the finish. His only scores the game, but then he only played the first half. Perhaps the best striker Carlo.
Last week, DJ to take the free, one they need, and that's 1 from 3 eventually for DJ Carey. Kilkenny's second.
The game is being played in a great spirit in general, very hard, very competitive, but the referee quite rightly took some jar.
DJ can level matters here. He does. 2-pointed frees the contribution in the score. Despite all the injuries, can Kilkenny hold on to their title? DJ Carey has put it over. A point between the teams. So DJ Carey with 3 points so far, 2 of them from frees. The game is level, remember. Kilkenny go in front again. We're midway through the second half now. Neither side wants everybody back to defend. DJ will surely go for a point here and put just the minimum between the teams. There's still enough time. 5 points for DJ Carey. 4
back towards the fullback, telling him to get his act together. He lost it, and it was John Power who raced through, all of which results in this free. DJ looking at the posts. He's put it over the bar, and Kilkenny are back in front again. That's a second point now, the 2 of them coming from Raymond Morrissey. Hasn't made the switch yet into full forward. Doesn't need to. He's lost his boot. Dropping it across again! DJ Carey! 22 minutes gone. Running too neatly there. DJ Carey swinging it over the bar. So a goal and 3 points now for DJ Carey. He's certainly making his presence felt this afternoon, and there are 5. Having had a quick word with the referee, perhaps it was about the amount of time left. There are 12 minutes to go, matching the number in his jersey. Outside the 20-metre line, he taps it over the bar this time. And DJ has got a goal and 4 points, and the gap widens. Kilkenny this afternoon, and DJ Carey trying to finish off the opposition now. A piercing run through the centre to Morrissey. This is a goal chance. He's content with a point. A second point for Eamon Morrissey. And well and truly into injury time. As DJ Carey lines up this late free. Happy now to take a point, I'm sure.
put it over well, and that's a goal and 5 points now for DJ Carey.
Comes down towards DJ, and DJ Carey puts it over the bar.
It was good play by Kilkenny that time. I think their halfbacks are...
James McNaughton, Eamon Morrissey. On to DJ Carey. Goal on here. There it is. Once again, the Antrim defence are suspect. They were doing so well, but they have this tendency of giving away soft score. Dropping it in, over the bar, the sides are level once more. Antrim 1-5, Kilkenny 1-5, and it's no more. Straight over the bar. The sides are level. And DJ, he really is a great example for young players in terms of concentration as well as skill. It's dropping dangerously in and straight over the bar. The sides are level, and it took Kilkenny 8.5 minutes. A tally of 1 goal and 5 points out of that 3. DJ Carey floating that perfectly over the crossbar, giving DJ a personal tally of 1 goal and 5 points out of that. Showing a clean pair of heels to Paul McKillen. PJ Delaney. We're gathering in around the house. Sweeping it across. Oh, what a wonderful goal. DJ. He gave it to PJ Delaney. Delaney gave it back to Carey. And Pat Gallagher.
Unpenalised.
A lot harder. 2 points the margin, remember. And Pat Malone is told to get away 20 metres, or they're supposed to, from the free. They're about 5 metres away. It's put over by DJ Carey. DJ's first score coming from the free. 1-8 to 1-5, 3 between them.
Pressure free now for DJ Carey. He hasn't been playing well, Gerard, and they're never easy at this stage of the game.
Sides level. He's got 1 point so far. Can he direct this one? He can. He's put it over the bar. DJ with a second point. That could be a critical score to restore Kilkenny's. Could be replaced. Jamesy Brennan, not a shiner, is in. DJ's to the taker. Sides level at 114 against 114. That's on its way. Kilkenny are in front again. DJ with 3 frees now, all of them pointed. Critical scores to delight. It runs on to DJ Carey, 20 metres out, and that's another. All of a sudden, it's all Kilkenny. And all of a sudden, the title has gone back to the Leinster champions, PJ Delaney.